Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Faust Normalized series. And today we're going to cover 2S. 2S is a pretty unique button. You can see just from the way it looks like. Faust sheds his skin and does a very OY cry to the sky. So, as always, we're going to cover the basic info. Then we'll talk about when do you use 2S. But let me summarize it real quick. 2S is not a button you use often outside of combos. It is a very dedicated, specific end-terror, part of Faust end-terror kit with 2k, 5k, 6b that we all talked about. And it also is part of Faust strings and frame traps, especially from close slash. So, well, not especially, just from close slash. So we talked about far slash being something you do after close slash, but 2S is also something you do after close slash to frame trap the opponent. It gives a bit better confirms usually than far slash. And it is also some part of neutral, but normally you would never use this in neutral. I'll show later when do you use it. So back to the info. 2S is an 11 frame startup. Okay, so 11 frame, faster than far slash by 1 frame. Okay, 11 frame startup poke. It is active for 9 frames, which is pretty big. Faust, like other actives, are usually like this is 2 frames, this is 6. We talked about this. This was 7. This 2, 4, right? So often Faust pokes aren't that active. 2S is very active, but the active frames go upwards. So it's not always active down here. Like it starts at the bottom, right? You'll see here it hits very low, but at the end of the actives are all the way to the top. So you use it usually as an end-terror, which is something you have to keep in mind. It doesn't end-terror at 11 frames. It will end-terror usually at around 15 to 16. So these are just things to keep in mind. It has 26 recovery frames, which is pretty horrendous, if we're being honest. Before, if we think about far slash, for example, which does have a bit of like recovery, it has 20, so this is 26. So overall, not very good, and it is minus 19 on block, which means that usually you want to cancel this on block. You don't really want to continue doing this, since let's say our opponent does a reversal on block. Okay, oh, I guess this one wouldn't reach you because Kai reversals. Let me do the other one, which they always do. As you can see, it will punish on block, and this is why you really want to cancel this into 5H or 2H, which gets me to the cancel section. 2S can be canceled, Gatling into 5H and 2H, as you can see. Now, generally speaking, 2S, 2H, as you can see, this does not natural combo. There is like a 1 frame gap there. Okay, so when you're doing 2S, 2H, just know the opponent can do supers, they can still do reversals, so if you're trying to beat that, 5H is the answer. Okay, no, yes. Of course, 2S can be cancelled into all the other specials. They all also have, as you can see, gaps between them. So catching a DP might be a bit difficult. Yeah, as you can see. Of course, this also works, but there's no reason to do that. And item toss, which, funnily enough, shrinks your hurt box enough to avoid the DP. So maybe that's the way to go. Who knows? Okay, so anyway, 2S. Not the best frame data, but it's still a very important button to use. So let's talk a bit about the uses in neutral, and then we'll show some end-terror options. So in neutral, generally speaking, you're not using this. There's so much recovery, you don't really want to throw this out. So when do you use it? Well, there is one button that you kind of want to target in neutral with 2S. That button is 6B. And the reason is that the first part of the hitbox is pretty good to target 6p since it hits pretty low and doesn't extend your hurt box too much. So normally if people are spamming 6p, which they often do in this game, things like Far Slash, which I just pressed, wouldn't work. Things like 5h, they don't work. 5k, that doesn't work, right? Oh, I'm punishing by accident. Yeah, 5k doesn't work. 6p would normally lose because we have less active frames. I'm just timing it really well, right? Yeah, 5p doesn't work. Like, you can use 2p. We use 2p a lot, right? Remember? 2k can even get caught, right? Like this. Not very fun. So 2s is a pretty unique callout for 6p. As you can see, like, you're not doing that bad at like catching it unless your person is super late, of course. And you get like a pretty beefy counter hit, which can lead to like a lot of damage or like easy confirms with mix. Right, so generally speaking, this is like the only use I think we have for 2s. If anybody else uses 2s for something else in neutral, outside of anti-airing, of course, feel free to let us know. On block, of course, if they're just like running and they end up blocking it, right after dash blocking into it, not the end of the world. You 5h them back all the way to where they came from, and you're not too worried about it. Okay, we'll have him stop DPing now for a little while. So that's the only use in neutral that I know of, or that I use at least. And again, if they do end up blocking it, it's not too bad. So off to the next part, which is frame traps. We talked about frame traps with a Far Slash, like you do close slash Far Slash, right, to frame trap opponent. 2s is the other option. It's usually the better option since it gives better damage. Yeah, it's generally better damage. But there is a problem. So normally you'll do close slash Far Slash, or you'll do close slash 2s, right? And these are like nice frame traps. It can give nice damage. And if opponent doesn't get hit, you can always 5h, right? So overall, not bad. Problem is, 2s is very weak to FD. And what do I mean by that? Unlike Far Slash, where if you do something like this, you catch the opponent, you notice they're doing like FD, so you're doing okay. If you're doing 2s, normally you'll be pushed out. That's kind of like a problem with 2s. Unless you got like the dash momentum, 2s will often whiff. And even if it doesn't whiff, 5h could also be out of range, as you can see. This is not the case with Far Slash, which is why sometimes when the opponent's FDing, usually you'll do Far Slash more often than 2s. Also, Far Slash is less minus, so it lets you reset easier. Like, it's easier to reset the opponent compared to 2s, where you actually have to cancel this. This is so slow. So keep that in mind. That if the opponent really likes to FD, maybe 2s is not the way to go to frame trap the opponent. Also, another problem of 2s is kind of like the same problem that Far Slash has, is that when you're frame trapping the opponent, backdash, very strong. It leaves you very minus if you're whiffing this. If you remember, the recovery duration for this, not even including the actives, is more than any backdash in the game except for Sin. But even Sin will be plus if they backdash this. So yeah, that's just to let you know. If the opponent really likes backdashing, you might not want to use this. Far Slash is also not the best option. Like, you get something like an item if you hit it. If you don't hit it, you're a bit sad. Even that is not very great. Overall, of course, you still have your lows to catch backdashers. Or if you can do 2D and run them to the corner so they can backdash you too easily. At the corner, 2s is not too bad. If you're doing like a dash close slash, let's say they're not FDing, because again, FD problem. So if you're doing like a dash close slash and you're doing a 2s frame trap, you will catch backdashes. So at the corner, not as much of a problem, right? But over there at the mid screen, maybe not as good. So that's all you should know about that. Yeah, so for frame traps, it is not bad. Again, gives decent damage. The counter hit is pretty nice. It lets you have more time to confirm than Far Slash. With Far Slash, we said you'll often do either Far Slash 2H into mix, or you do Far Slash mix. But 2S actually gives you a lot more, which I'll cover in the combo section in the end. Okay. And now we get to anti-airing. And for anti-airing, 2S is more matchup specific usually. There are matchups where you use it a lot more, like Melia or Zato, who kind of hover over you. The point of 2S is that it is a very good call out for people who kind of want to either air stall or have a lot of air movement. So you can kind of like spam 2K if they try to use their like air movement, and once they are done and they have to kind of land, so whether it's Milia using like all her air dashes and then doing Capel into you, or whether it's Anji doing his JD to make you whiff like an air button and then you know they're coming towards you, 2S is great at that situation. So let's say Kai is here, he does like jump this, and he, oh wait, he would do sorry, does this not come out? It does not. I'll do JS. Right, so let's say he does something like this, right? He's like spending time there. Okay, now if you throw out buttons like 6P, right, not too good. Dead zone, right? You see, dead zone hits, not very good. If you throw 2K, okay, it's not bad. Right, I'm mashing it. Okay, don't even have to time it sometimes. Sorry. Okay, but sometimes you will get caught doing this, right? Especially in the middle of a game. Like, let's say you do something like this. Now, once you hit 2S, if you know they're coming to you, okay, they kind of have to block this. There's like no real option. Like even on trades, you can still combo, as you can see. So 2S very, very good in these situations where you can tell where the opponent is gonna go, and you can kind of guarantee they either block this, and if they block this, of course, they'll be fine. And if they don't block it, they're not so fine. They're kind of not having a good time. So just to demonstrate it, if the opponent does block this, okay, you can always do like mix to force them to kind of be close to you and minus. You should probably stop backdashing now. So you can do that. You can do 5H into item. Okay, you'll still be plus there, and you build quite a bit of risk. Like you'll see that this is 2 hits, so much risk that you're building over here. So it's very, very good, and you get the item out, of course. So that's very nice. Some people like throw stuff to get people away from them. It's also okay. Other than that, I think you're generally like just trying to like go forward. You will be plus after this, even with all the recovery. You can like, as you can see, far slash to catch like the jump startup if they try to jump again. You can just like drop 5K and force more stuff that we learned on the 5K video. So 2S, very, very good if you can determine where your opponent will be. If they're out of air options, that's definitely a strong anti-air. Okay, it's pretty much like a hard call out other than that, but it does have pretty good reward, so it's worth taking it. 5K and 2K also have good rewards at many places, but 2S is a bit beefier, and it's also less dependent on the wall. Like you can always get good combos off 2S. You don't need like the 5K 6H confirmed and do Scarecrow with 2S, even though they also exist. So this is about what you need to know about 2S as an anti-air. Use it carefully because it does have a lot of recovery, and your hurt box is just sitting there waiting to be hit. This happens a lot against Melia, where she'll like beta the 2S and then she'll just like air button you into 2K 2D and you're getting mixed. So be careful. Overall, very strong anti-air, very good. So now we're off to the combo section. I feel like I'm doing it in a good speed today. Okay, I feel like I'm doing good, which means I have time to do some combos. So let's start with, as always, the grounded normal hit confirms. So 2S, since it has so much recovery, as you can see, like till you can move again, the opponent is already like rolling on the ground. So the normal confirm you do for 2S is mix, okay? It's part of like the mix combos we talked about. 2S is a very key component to a lot of combos. You can see like all the mix loops, a lot of like easy pickups into 2S mix are very common. Since 2S lifts the opponent upwards. You can see like sends them up. right? Like I do this, sends him up. It's a launching move. So a lot of our combos kind of depend on this 2S mix route. So on normal hit, you can just confirm mix. You have time there. You don't have to do it immediately. As you'll see, you'll switch sides with the opponent if you do that. You can still mix loop if you do it, but you have time here. You're actually not in a rush. You can get this kind of decent combo. This is decent damage. Not bad at all. Right? You can skip the 2S if you want to be, like, if you're afraid of dropping it, because it wasn't the best mix loop. So that's the normal confirm that you'll do. Technically, you can just confirm it into 5H and item toss. If you're still struggling with confirming mix, it's not the end of the world. You can do this at like lower levels. Don't worry about it. You got an item out, you got a bit of damage, that's okay. Once you feel comfortable, go for this. This is a very strong confirm. It's very important, and it will definitely like send you way up in the win rate. Okay, so this is the first confirm you're kind of doing, and generally speaking, I mean, you can follow up with like all sorts of things like 5k Kara. If you're close enough to the wall, I should mention that you can still break the wall. A lot of people will go for the close slash 2S here, which, I mean, it's not bad to do. If you want to keep the wall, I guess it's fine. But you can break the wall there using like a combo like this. As you can see, it's 159. You can do a bit more damage, if I remember correctly, if you do close slash 5k JK into Nyx. This should be 162. Yeah. So I personally, if you're doing like a wall break combo, I recommend this one. It's very consistent. It's easy to do. Works on all weights. All these yada yada bullshit. So very nice combo. If you want to keep the wall, the close slash 2S is fine. You can do Frost if you want some space from the opponent after the item. And of course, something that you should mention when you mention 2S. 2S is a very important setup button for the mix side to side. So I don't really want to explain too much about the mix from Scarecrow. I have a video on it that you can check out. I'll put the link in the description if you actually want to check it out. But you can just search it. It's like fairly simple. But 2S is a very important setup for it, as you can see, and all the mix loops kind of lead to it. If you do want to go for it, I guess that's kind of like okay place to reset the opponent. Well, let's continue. I believe it's time to continue. So we covered normal hits. If you're back to the wall, maybe you would want to confirm mix faster to switch sides. Funnily enough, we are back to the wall. This seems to happen less. I don't know why. You'll see that like if I do it here, this kind of happens more, but the corner it doesn't really happen. There we go. Here, I said it so the game felt bad. So anyway, keep that in mind. That's your normal combo. You just do a mix loop. Now off to counter hits. Okay, and this is where 2S gets kind of saucy. Okay, most of your 2S are hopefully counter hits, since you use it for frame trapping, anti-airing, and for catching specific buttons like 6P. So hopefully you're getting counter hits with this. Now let's see how counter hits look like. See, the opponent flies really high up, okay, and that gives you a lot of freedom. You can do a lot of things here. So generally speaking, if you're getting a close 2S counter hit right on the ground, because he did like a, let's say he did a close slash. Let's give like a more realistic situation. On block, he's gonna mash 5P, okay? I just got like a, oh, are you not blocking, Mr. Kai person? Oh, you're not blocking. My bad. Okay, let's say you did something like this. You got like a dash momentum close slash, or maybe you did it from a safe jump, who knows? Okay, and you got this 2S counter hit. Right? How do you combo? So we're going to cover a few routes that I think are super important. And the first one is using 5k. Okay, so the easy combo is doing 5k 6H. You can item toss. That's not bad. You can get like 2 items easily, or get like 1 item and start running forward and be like relatively plus, right? Alright, you see I can like run up, I can do like far slash, or I can do like a 5H to cover his wake up. Which is not bad at all. It's like fine. And you also get like the item out, so if it was like a trumpet, you'll be able to pick it up. If it's a mini Faust, that will cover you and you can keep pressuring. If it's meteors, obviously it's super good. You're having a lot of fun. So this kind of like 5k 6h confirm, fairly good. You can follow it out also with thrust. As you can see, thrust will sometimes be out of range. That's kind of like on you to kind of tell when you can hit it, and also you kind of have to delay it. So it's not only sometimes it will be out of range, you'll have to delay it too. So I think if I'll be like over here, this will already hit, right? But I'll still have to delay it. Okay, delay, and now it hits. So just keeping these things in mind, it's good to keep in mind everything, so have it in mind. The other confirm is similar to the grounded confirm, is a mixed confirm, okay? And you even have more time to confirm it. As you can see, fairly easy to do. Be careful if you confirm too early, again, you will side switch. At the wall, this becomes a bit comfortable because getting that side switch is a bit easier. I swear to God, whenever you're with your back to the corner, it will just not side switch. Yeah, okay. I mean, mix works in mysterious ways, so keep that in mind too. Anyway, that's your second confirm, like easy confirm that you can do. Mix, mix, mix. I swear to God, this will always side switch when you don't want it to. You can get like a bunch of different combos there, even if you delay this. Yeah, sometimes this happens when you pick up like late with mix, mix, mix. So using 5k JK to mix, mix, mix is also fine. You can throw out another JK there if you want to break the wall. Dude. Please, game. Don't do this to me. I have an audience. Or embarrassing me in front of my friends. Yeah, there we go. So, that's just like general things to keep in mind. Yeah, you can do this too into Lovoki. Anyway, you have a bunch of options from this anti-air. There we go. Okay, so these are your two basic confirms. So what are the more advanced confirms? One may ask. Right, so the next one I want you to learn is 5k JH. And 5k JH is super good, okay? You'll see that you can get insane damage with this. And you can see already the damage spiked so fucking high from doing this. Okay, you can do a micro dash there too if you want. You can do either a close slash to a 5H, which is decent, or you can do the 5k JH, 2H, 5k 6H thrust into another 6H. Both are good. You can use whichever one you want. 5k 6H is a bit more damage, so I generally use that. If the wall does have a bit more damage, 5k 6H sometimes will wall break earlier, so you can keep that in mind too. Of course, if you are in range, you can even get a close slash 6H, and that's always optimal. So 241, that's pretty sweet damage, I would say, from a 2S. Remember, the risk is bouncing up your damage a bit, but normally you frame trap with this, and this is pretty normal. So again, pretty good combo. Learning this kind of like 5k JH route is very important. It's very good in a lot of combos, not just this one. So I will recommend picking this one up. Of course, if you get like close enough somehow on this counter hit, and you can get JS, or if you're like at the wall, you can do a bit saucier combos with JD. Right? You can do 2S there to break the wall if you want to. Show it, I guess. Like this. And 6H. So all these are really, really nice. At the corner, if you're getting this JH route is a bit more problematic, as you can see, because of the spacing. It's still possible. I've sometimes like tried to do like these kind of like back jumps. You can do them into this kind of combo. Again, this is not like as optimal as the other one. At the corner, for some reason, you sometimes lose damage, and that does happen. But you can do these kind of combos at the corner. They're all good. Of course, if you go for something like JH routes, they're also very, very good. So going for something like JHH like this. Let me try and show it. Oh, dude, I should be doing it with a close slash if I can. The pushback sometimes doesn't really let you do that, though. Okay, let me do like a different combo. Oh wait, fuck. How do I do that again? Wait, let me think real quick. I think I'm forgetting something. No, actually just do the other combo we just did. I think that's the way to go. Okay, I just had a moment of thinking. But yeah, I think that was like pretty optimal. Something like this would be pretty good. So like this or with the JD in the beginning. Yeah, these are the ones I recommend. 100%. Decent damage, 240. This is good enough. Okay, definitely good enough. If you can get the close slash, you'll get the 241. Which you sometimes could do. Okay, anyway, this is like a route that I recommend. And now let's go to the next route. The next route has to do with microdashing into close slash. Now, that is sometimes impossible to do. It's more like a spacing thing. So if the opponent will do anything that like extends towards you and you get like a counter hit, or if the opponent did like these run up buttons and you did 2S and you got a counter hit, that could happen. So for that, I'll have the opponent stop blocking real quick. And yeah, in these situations where you get like this kind of like momentum one, you can get these kind of close slash pickups, right? And these are pretty good. These are pretty good because, well, you can get a close slash pickup. And close slash pickups are very, very nice. You can, of course, always go into like a mixed loop from these, like this. Okay, something like this. So this is like a pretty easy combo if you do go for it. If you can do it, you can do like some of these like combos we showed earlier, like the JD. They're a bit like tight to do. They are doable. Yeah, like this. Right, and you do another thrust. And of course, you can do these kind of JSJH combos, which are also very nice. So all these are kind of like counter hit combos you can run with 2S. And the last type of route that you should kind of know is the 5k 6H Scarecrow. So as you all know, 5k 6H Scarecrow is like a generally well used route. I'm going to try and explain to you how do you know you can get it with this. As you can see here, it drops. Okay, so this doesn't work all the time, which is why sometimes you see people not using it. And here's basically how you know. If you hit your 5k at tip range, if you're like tip range 5k, right? Here does not work. The reason it does not work is because 6H will hit the opponent too low to the ground when you're hitting them at tip range. See, like the opponent is too low. So when does it work? Similar to the situation we just showed, when you hit the opponent with 5k from below them and not from like the tip, okay? You'll see 6H hits earlier, and you get this combo. Now again, this is just to show more routes. Personally, I really recommend the JH route. I think it is like the best route. You should definitely go for it when you can. Sometimes you can, so it's good to know other routes. You know, just good to know stuff, I guess. So again, when you get this kind of like below them 5k, you can get this. The follow-up is the follow-up I showed before. Is 2k 6H mix. You can technically do this too with close slash. It's a bit tighter to do it with close slash, so generally I just do it with 5k. But it's doable. It's not a big damage difference, but it is a damage difference. So as you can see, Doable, but difficult. Wait, I think I haven't succeeded at once, so maybe people think it's not doable. Oh, oopsie. Okay. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe it's only doable on lights. Maybe I imagined this. It could be. Okay. I could be mixing up. This might be a light-only combo. Anyway, these are a bunch of routes you can do for 2S counter hit. Okay. So now we're gonna bring in the damage, right? Everybody loves the damage part. And the damage part is whenever you involve meter. Okay, so metered combos for 2S. And we're gonna start with normal hit, then counter hit. After that, we're gonna go to the air. Okay. We're on time. We're doing okay. So 2S. Normally, if you get like 2S, we said you confirm it into either mix or 5H. These are the two normal hit possible confirms, right? So first of all, if you get this 5H confirm, don't worry, you're doing okay. You can do this kind of combo as always and get you a nice combo. And the way you do it is you can simply run them like this and you get your 2k6p and voila, you got nice damage. Okay, so even if you get this thing, you can still do these kind of combos. They're all fine. They get a nice combo. You can also do, I think, no wait, not this, sorry. Yeah, I just need to fact check myself. I think you can do like yeah, close slash to a mix and 268, which as you can see gives you 210, which is really nice on 2S 5H confirm. Like this is not very difficult confirm to do. So if you have meter, you can definitely bust out some damage with this. As you can see, I'm not RCing upwards with 2S since it already gives you so much height. You actually don't want to RC upwards, you want to RC forwards to guarantee the wall bounce. So that's one tidbit. I'll also throw this one in. This is a very difficult confirm to do, but you actually can do it. Is you'll do like a 2S 5H into this combo. So it's the same combo, but you do it off a fast RC. And you have to do, as far as I remember, you have to do 2K here, like the 2K6B cover, 2K6B pickup, right, to break the wall. But it's very nice because it saves you a lot of meter, right? So this is a very nice combo to break the wall with, if you can do it. Again, not easy to do, just like cool combo. As you can see, gives you like 200 damage, saves you a bunch of meter. As you can see, you had like a chunk of meter there left instead of like the meter penalty you get with the 50, like the normal RC. Both are good, both do decent damage. Choose whichever one fits you. Both are doable off this. Once you're going to mix confirm, as you all know, from mix you can always do our JD BRC routes, which look like this. So they're all good. All these like routes are good. As you can see, 200 damage, definitely okay. You can do it also from this kind of combo. You can choose to break the wall or not, whatever you prefer there. Personally, I recommend doing it from JD, but I know some people kind of struggle to do it from JD and they prefer doing it standing. That's okay. You can do like wait, let me remember what's the combo there when you do it from standing. I believe it's close slash 5K 6H, and you can break the wall. It's like up to you if you want to do it. Whatever you prefer. You can also throw an item if you want and break the wall like this, with like on the fly situations. So all this is like great fun. Choose whatever you want. All of them are decent. But make sure you get that damage, right? So you can do something like this and still pick up. Yeah. Anyway, you can do a bunch of things. They're all very cool. So just choose whatever fits you. Anyway, these are for like normal hit with meter. By the way, I'll remind everybody that if you do go for the upper C version on the first hit, you can always do our normal combo, which is the close slash JH, close slash JD into 6H. 230 damage, not too bad for a 2S hit. So, not normal to get this, but if you do get it, super cool. Anyway, off to counter hit with meter. So, as always, if you confirm into a mix, it's fine. You can do what we just talked about, same confirms. This will wall break earlier, so you just cancel the Scarecrow S instead. So you can always do these things. You can also do this from a bit further away. So this 5k JH route with like this extra JH. I explained this like JH route before, but basically you're doing like a forward RC after into a JH, and then you're closer, you can get like easier confirms. This is more important to when you're like a bit further away from the wall and you're not sure if your combo is going to hit or not. So you can do this kind of like, it's stylish too, but it's also pretty useful, right? To kind of get that extra mileage you need. So if you want to do it, you can. As you can see, it puts you in range to do something like this, which is not bad at all. As you can see, 202 damage. So that's kind of thing that you could do. You could do something like the 5k 6a Scarecrow RC. As you can see, again, great damage. So this is like a super easy confirm from like the old Season 1 situation. This is like literally a Season 1 combo. Well, except for the fact that 2S didn't launch back then. So, you know, that is different, I guess. But like an enter 2S Season 1 combo. So you can do all these things with meter. Other than that, of course, you can go for... Oh, sorry. Let me tell him to block again so we simulate the things we wanted. So you can always tell him to do super. Someone here would be pretty decent for a super. Would do great damage, give you that wall break and the hard knockdown. Wow, 257. I just wanted to see the damage to see how good it is. Of course, super also works off the mix loop, as long as you don't side switch. So make sure you don't do that. Okay, something like this will work perfectly fine. And yeah, these are the general like wall break that you would go for, or supers they would go for. Now, with your back to the wall, if you get something like this, as always, we got our backdrift into Scarecrow, right, that we can go for. I think I didn't do backdrift there. Yeah, okay. This leads to our normal combo. JD, 5H, both are the same. You lose 1 damage for doing 5H, so it's okay to do 5H. So as you can see, great damage if you're with your back to the wall and you get a 2S. If you do confirm it into something else, like let's say 5k, right? First of all, be careful because this could be out of range, right? So this thing can happen. But also, you can just, sorry, do something like this to pick up. Oh wait, that should work. Yeah, okay, yeah. Then you can try to follow up on the opponent there, or you can just go for 5k car mix and break the wall from here. 5H. See, this is like a wall-to-wall combo. The car mix is kind of important there to get like the proper distance. This deals solid damage, 220. So if you do want to go for this kind of like confirm from 5k, it is doable. Of course, if you just confirm to Scarecrow, you can just side switch there, right? So there's another option you can do. Sorry. Okay, you can confirm pretty late and still do like a mixed loop combo with Endor and 5k JK JD. Okay, again, solid damage. You're already losing quite a bit, but it's still okay. It's not terrible. We talked about like how you can side switch and do like a combo. I don't know, I'm just like improvising there. One way to kind of make yourself side switch is to delay it here. This is kind of weird to do. But as you can see, the opponent can kind of go upwards a bit more. So you can actually delay the mix on counter hits. This is so unintuitive. But if you delay the mix and keep your mix down, you can see, you can side switch easier and get like a really nice combo. Looks pretty stylish too, I'd say. So that's another option if you're back to the wall. And other than that, if you do get a 5H, you'll usually be out of range for something like a Scarecrow, but you can still RC forward. Okay, and do something like this. Close slash 6H, thrust, 6H. Wait, we need to see the damage for this, because this seems like pretty decent damage, to be honest. Okay, RC. Thrust, 6H, mashes the 6H. 251. I mean, this is pretty good. Honestly, don't even bother with the side switch. This is super easy to do. Right? This seems like an easy combo. Gives like super high damage, little effort, hard to fuck up. Yeah, this is definitely the combo you should go for. And it's easy to confirm, because you get 5H into forward RC. Hard to fuck up. Okay? Just make sure when you're air dashing, okay, you're not drifting downwards here. Okay, this is like probably a tip you should remember. When you're air dashing, don't drift down and don't jump forward. Just make it so you don't really side switch. So you'll see like over here, I do jump, neutral JH into air dash. No drifting. Okay, so you don't get that annoying side switch. Okay, so these are all the standing counter hit combos. And now let's talk about anti-airing. Now, anti-airing, as we said, normal hit, you just kind of go to mix. You can, of course, break the wall if you want to. If you're close enough, you can get the combos I showed earlier. They're pretty much the same, right? So you can do these kind of things. Or if you're close enough, let's get him over here. Okay, wait. Let's go over there. This is gonna side switch now all the time because I don't want it to. Yeah, so you can do the combos we showed earlier and break them all like that, which is great. Technically, yeah, technically I don't think you can pick up with anything except for 5P. Yeah, so generally speaking, you're just doing the mix confirm. Like this. And whatever variation of mix loops that you're doing. If you have meter, of course, you can fill up the same as the grounded one. So now let's talk about aerial counter hits. Finally, the last section of the video. Oh, how blessed we are. So when you get this counter hit, okay, you can look at all the stuff we did earlier, like the 5K JH. They'll be a bit more consistent because you have more time to microdash there, right? See, I have like time to kind of get in whatever like space I want to get in. And now that confirmed from earlier with the 6H becomes much more consistent. So, wow, I even have time to microdash there. So 2K, 6B, mix. This works. The 5K, 6H, that also works more consistent. So everything's more consistent now. You have more time for all these routes, so remember them. And of course, like getting like this kind of route is now easier. Okay, with like close slash, which is great damage. Of course, everything that applies to meter, you can wall break with super. So no real use to doing meter use outside of sorry. No use to doing meter use outside of wall break super. You can do it if you want, but normally you don't have to. So that's just like the general things to keep in mind. If you are trying to get more damage, I mean, technically you could go for like an RC, but technically this is like something you almost never go for, but some things you could if you want to. You can technically connect 6H to a very high hitting 2S. I wonder if I could do it on high. Let me tell him to super jump. Yeah, so here you can connect it. Oh, I actually got it. So you're never doing this in a game, right? You're never doing this in a game. But if you are doing this in a game, okay? If you're ever doing this in a game, make sure to clip it and send it, okay? That's the combo. That's your challenge. If you do it, okay, big shoutouts. So that's the clip combo for this video. But let's get back to real stuff, okay? So all the routes that we covered earlier apply. You can do all the close slash routes a bit more consistently. So that's nice. As you can see, like all these close slash, JSJH. An old combo I used to do is close slash, JD, JSJH into like close slash to S5H or into 5K 6H thrust into 6H again. You can get close slash there technically. Let me show it, I guess. So you can do a dash into close slash 6H thrust. It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. The damage difference is not big, but if you like the extra damage, go for it. Okay, so all these routes still apply. With your back to the wall, you're actually so plus, since you can like dash close slash. If you'll do a dash close slash into like into a mix, you can easily side switch, which I just fucked up. Yeah, okay. And send your opponent back to the wall. With meter, of course, this becomes much easier to confirm into a combo. Also here, you can finally do things like so much height. You can do combos like this, kind of sending the opponent all the way to the other side. Wait, it is possible to send it to the other side. Let me show it. There we go. This like side-to-side combo. The way I do it is I'll do like a micro dash 5K into thrust 6H. Then on the second hit, you'll just kind of RC it. Okay, and close slash to S5H work, or close slash or 5K JKJB both work. So both are nice. Both are good ways to break side to side with this 2S. You can do this kind of combo where you like side switch with a mix. As you can see, you get like pretty weird situations with mix sometimes. On lights, you can actually get like pretty crazy combos. I don't want to include them because I already get too specific in these combos. But yeah, as you can see, you can get a lot of different things here. Okay, this is a side switch thing. So a lot of different things on this aerial counter hit. Even in the corner, you can get like this combo. You need to cancel the first hit of 2K into 6B. If you get the 2 hits, it can get a bit inconsistent. But yeah, basically a ton of options, a ton of good things. Of course, like if you have meter, like confirming into something like this is also possible. Close slash 5H, 6H. So as you can see, you're very flexible. You can do basically whatever you want. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, so a lot of options, okay? Now, here is the section where I tell you about a crazy thing that you can do that I don't recommend doing, and I'm only showing it because it's cool, not because it's recommended. Now, that was a good way to tease what I'm going to do, and what we're going to do is item throw, okay? Now, why are we going to item throw during combos? You ask yourself. The reason is cool. It's cool, okay? That's what Naga would do, okay? He would want us to do this. And basically, what I want you to know is that you can basically combo after item tossing on 2S counter hit. Now, I'm only getting things to interrupt with it, but as you can see, 5K picks up, okay? You can still do your 5K JH route on, I got hit there by the bomb. This is very cool. But yeah, you can basically do your 5K JH routes off of item toss on 2S anti-air, right? So why is it good to item toss? Okay, it isn't. Okay, don't answer trick questions. Okay, just know that you can do cool shit with it. Okay, that's all you need to know. Now, I wanted to kind of show each item. I was trying to rush everything so I'd have time. I wanted to show how each item kind of interacts with 2S. Some of them don't really interact with it. the general pickup that you're doing is the 5k JH one. You need to be close enough to the wall, of course, to do that. I'll show a bit with like your back to the wall too. With ton weight, what happens is that you really want to avoid the weight hitting you. So you'll use mix. You can use 5H there to break the wall too. Let me show it, I guess. Okay, so you'll do like a delayed mix. I do it with a dash, just to make sure I actually get to the wall. You want to make sure you don't delay it too much so you don't get it as an OTG, but that's how it looks like. Okay, so 5H. That's how it looks. Okay, again, this is way less damage than you should get. You can get much more. Not recommended. I can't stress it enough. Donut and banana are mostly just nuisance. They don't really help you. So as you can see, you can get this combo. Whenever you feel like you're too far away from the wall to actually get these, 5k car mix is the way to go. Oh, let me not fuck this up. Yeah, okay, 5k car mix, and of course somehow I side switched. I don't know why, but you can break the wall there. With Afro, what happens is that you pick up the Afro. So you can choose to set up like a Afro Love Oki reset, or you can just break the wall with Afro, whatever you prefer. Both are okay. With meteors, it kind of depends if the meteors even hit, which often is not the case. Don't ask me why. I don't make up the rules. I'm just showing the items. So as you can see, they're not too important, but they can be. Sometimes they'll extend your combo a bit. With Mini Faust, something I noticed that I think is pretty cool is that you can set up this spike and kind of like reset with Mini Faust still there. Now, if you'll do it from 5k, you'll actually make Kai hit the Mini Faust. So what do I mean? Is that if you do 5k, JH, 5k, 5k into this, you'll have Mini Faust to kind of cover you as you do the 50-50 with Scarecrow. So this is like maybe something you want to keep in mind. You kind of saw me doing this with a trumpet. I think this is the best case actually for 2S counter hit into item. It's probably trumpet. It's like so ridiculous that I say this, but like as you can see, you can get this kind of like trumpet that covers your 50-50. It's pretty cool if you want to use it. So yeah, and hammer is kind of like annoying actually. Some things you'll get this like good 5k JH and you can still like combo, and that's pretty cool. You get like decent damage too. Sometimes you'll get this like a far away combo, so you have to do 5k card mix to do this kind of combo. Both are okay. Again, do not do this. I don't recommend this. This is an educational video. Do this combo or something. It deals great damage. Much better. Or do like this combo. This combo is great. Look at it. So much damage. Very good. Very fun. Easy to do. Okay. Yeah. All the warnings are out. So anyway, these are things you can do. The last things I should probably kind of mention about 2S is that since it is generally unsafe, you can technically go for a 2S item toss super. That's like true on block or on combos. It doesn't really matter since you don't have to confirm it. So let's say opponent blocks. Yeah, thank you. And do like this kind of thing. You can get like some crazy stuff if the opponent is like FDing. Let me show like the distance is pretty big. You can do some like this kind of thing. They'll be pretty far. You'll get a few items out. If they throw a far slash, they might hit you, but they'll still get hit by items. So you can do this. I don't really recommend it. I don't think it's super important to do. But you can do it. It's doable. Okay, that's all I have. Other than that, funny combos. You can go for item super, of course, on counter hit and do some crazy shit. If you get like a good item at least, they'll pick them up. Yeah, but again, not recommended. I think that's it. I think these are all the combos you should know. Okay, hopefully this wasn't too long. This is probably like way longer than I think it is. Probably like an hour. Okay, because of all the stupid combos I was showing. But I love these combos. Okay, 2S gives you a lot of saucy stuff that you can work with. Okay, and I'll be honest. Okay, sometimes working with these items is just incredibly fun. So something that I think is super cool. Sometimes when you're with your back to the wall, if you have meter, I know you can break the wall. Okay, this is the last one I'm showing, I promise. Okay, if the opponent is like giving you that like juicy anti-air hit, right? And you get this bomb, you can actually force. Okay, let's see if I can get this in like a few tries. Wait. You guys already get where this is going, right? Wait. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one part of the route, but I'm not sure which one it is. Like something is being forgotten here. What is it? What is it? There's like one way to stall the opponent. Like a bit more to get the explosion to come out. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm there. So, backdash, close slash, JH. Oh, come on. Game, I'm trying to do something cool for the video. And then I swear I'm done. Oh, dude. It would be impossible to actually land this in a game. I swear to God. Backdash. Okay, a few more attempts and then I just call it a day. Okay, I got hit this time. Okay, last one for real. Okay. Doesn't matter, you get the idea. You can do some juicy stuff. I'm fucking it up right now. I don't want to waste any more of your time. So I'll just call it a day. I hope everybody had a fun time watching this video. Hope you learned some stuff about 2S. Let's tell kite to stop jumping. And yeah, just use your 2S responsibly. Remember, it's mostly anti-airs, but sometimes you use it in neutral and you frame trap with it. Okay? That's what you should remember. And do some juicy combos. Okay? Well, till the next one. Bye-bye.